Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're checking out Log Cabin Mine, which is right down this road. Although before that, we have one building which I believe is a dynamite storage room. Which I want to have a look inside of this room, but it's all sealed up. We could probably take a peek in. And keep in mind, the mine we're checking out, it's a massive abandoned mine over this way, and it was a mercury mine. So we'll have to watch out if we do gain access into the mines themselves. Well, there's still stuff left behind. Check this out. I assume it was once a dynamite storage room that's now converted into a storage. Now let's continue down this road and check out the log cabin mine. At an elevation of 10,000 feet, the log cabin mine is in museum condition, and the mill is packed full of equipment. The primary commodities were gold and mercury, once being the largest producer of gold in the state of California. It was a seasonal operation as snow-packed conditions made accessibility impossible in the winter months. Operations began in the early 1900s. By 1980, the mine was abandoned. Soon after 1980, the mine was supposed to resume operations, although the discovery of contaminants in the ground permanently shut down the mine. I felt compelled to make the 200-mile drive to the log cabin mine due to its deterioration and risk of being lost in history due to thieves and vandals. The filming of today's episode was a 2-day production. On the first day I visited, there was an antique axe in a tree stump. The next day, the axe was stolen. There were also a liberal amount of tools in one of the workshops. They were also stolen. Thieves have been looting this historic site at a rapid pace. Join us as we explore the greatest and most significant mine operations I have ever seen. Another building. And keep in mind, we're still a quarter of a mile from the mine itself. And we still have a couple buildings to check out before we actually get to the mine. So we have a power line connected to this one. And going on inside, let's see. Walls ripped out there. Have some electrical wire there, electrical box. Very interesting looking building. We have electrical going into it, a lot of water pipes, so I'm guessing it had something to do with the water, obviously. Then we have this ladder going up this way, which I am curious what's at the top. Which I'm not going to climb it all the way because, would you check that out? And this one, when I grabbed onto it, some of the nails began to come out. So let's continue downward. Continuing forward, this is where we begin hiking. We have a gate right there that prohibits access. Quarter of a mile up this road is the mine. Also have a sign telling us not to remove anything or displace anything, whatnot like that. Which, if you want, because I know some people like to do this, call any of these people to tell me I'm trespassing. Which, if you're wondering, that's a reference. I have one commenter who always says I'm trespassing in every video. So this is a water tower right there. That's just completely fallen down. It's made of wood. Very neat. Then on this side, we have another building right there, which looks comparatively similar to the one we just looked at, which is up that way. So maybe it's the same type. We'll find out. This building is identical to the other one. Have electrical piping right there. Going inside, electrical, same look. And then of course, got a ladder right there that goes up. Then another pipe going down this way. So let's continue. I have arrived at the mine operation. To begin with, we have this huge silo, which is going to be very interesting to check out. And I assume they had a conveyor belt system within that building right there. It only makes sense because the mine's out this way, so they would shove rock material and bring it up this way, shove it into silo. Have a building right there, probably a workshop. We'll check all of that out soon. Let's continue this way first. This is an even better view of this spectacular operation. Just look how many buildings there is. This place is absolutely massive. Going this way, this would have been another conveyor belt system. That goes to that building. Have a whole train car right here, which is absolutely massive. For this video, I'm going to follow the same pattern I do in most of my videos, in which I will check this out later, although I generally begin with the residential side. So let's go check out all the residential buildings, the cookhouse, the bunkhouse, etc. Then we'll make our way over to the production side. So beginning, we have these three buildings to check out. And they're all connected, by the way. So we'll go into this one first. Then after that, directly across from us, we have the cookhouse. So let's go inside of this one. Just tons of equipment left behind. Some barrels. Actually going to need my flashlight for some of these rooms, such as this one. This is dark. Actually, the camera sees it just fine. I'm just going to look through the camera because for me this is completely pitch black. But when I look through the camera, I could actually see everything. So this was likely a tool room. Nuts and bolts on those shelves, washers, whatnot like that. On this one as well, just look at all the tools left behind. A lot of the time, all of this is removed. Shelving on this side as well. That window's boarded up. That's why it's so dark in this room. Continuing onward. We have stairs going up to there to the second building that's right above us. Then we have this room, which looks almost like an office. Got some spinny chairs, some shelving there, a very short desk on this side. Get your hot chocolate made right there. So let's go up to the second building right above us. And I'm going to get my flashlight out for this one because I can't see anything. Okay, so I got my flashlight on, so let's go enter this one. Got a window looking out. It's great to see it not smashed up. Still in great condition. That's something you don't see all the time. Then going into this one, the floors were cement. The other one we went into, it was wood. Stairs going even further up to the third building. So this was a bathroom. Looking around, we have 2 sinks. Toilet right there. Showers on this side, which obviously with this being a mercury mine, showering is a necessity. A lot of mercury mines have showers at the mining site itself, much like this one. Continuing on this side, have a couple of toilets on this side as well. Some sinks. One of those laundry style sinks. Of course, the water heater. It's great to see how good of condition this place is in. You don't see very many places like this. And then going up, we have what I assume is going to be the bunkhouse, judging from the fact that this was the bathroom and the shower. Well, this building is completely dark. Good thing I have the flashlight. You know, it is a little freaky being here all by myself in the middle of the woods. I don't think I'd be doing this at night. Good thing it's the daytime. Although there's so much to see, we might be here tonight. Just came from that room. And then we have another room on this side. Then going out. Looking down that way. And then we have some buildings up there to check out. But we're not done looking at this bunkhouse. So they would have had beds all throughout this. And it echoes a lot too. Yep, another room, another bunkhouse. It's just such a trip being in here, especially how the wood cracks as I walk. It's almost like someone's walking behind me. This is the 3 buildings that we just looked at. Now we're going to continue up the mountain. All these windows are still boarded up, which means the glass itself is still intact. Roof is still in relatively decent condition too. Still have the furnace pipe up there. Which this was a very big bunkhouse. They employed a lot of people. Continuing this way, we have another building to check out, which I believe is a production building. Radiator on the ground. Second radiator. Then we have this metal building. And also some waste rock. Right, there's a small waste rock pile. A lot of this we're walking on is waste rock as well. So this looks like a huge garage, getting close to it. Would have dumped material in there. Brought it through that way. Which means they had a mine somewhere in this area. And check this view out too. Absolutely stunning. That's Mono Lake in the distance, by the way. Let's have a look in this one. It's just crazy to see so much left behind. Like, you always see these spools, but you never see cable on them. So it's great to see that. Very neat. I did find how you get into this. So above up there is where we were just at. Then we have this small shed looking building connected to it. So we have electrical there, and also the controls on this side. Which says start stop. Which is this whole piece of machinery. Okay, so that's what I was wondering, what that noise is. It's when I move this piece of metal. I was hoping it wasn't an animal. And then this conveyor belt. Take a look. Awesome piece of machinery. Now I'm going to continue hiking. I'm going to continue this way. We're back at what we originally looked at, which was this bunkhouse. The 3 buildings going up this way. We have a workshop on this side to check out. Then after that, we're going to go to the cookhouse. We have all these timbers outside of it. which would have likely been for the mines to be used as supports. Going inside, sandbags on this side. And then up this way, have a second room, which doesn't have anything in it. Just one shelf. Maybe a office type of room. And looking up, we have a lot to see, so let's get situated. Going up this way, we have a belt that runs across this way. And that would have been for this huge saw, or whatever you want to call it, this axe right here. Just look at the size of this thing too. That would have cut some huge pieces of wood. And he would have placed a log right there, would have moved it. And that's it for this building. So let's continue this way. And continuing, we'll begin on this side. Well, to begin with, we have several other buildings on this side. Great view of the mill and the hoist right there. Picnic table. And we have this ginormous wheel right here too, which is right by this power line. Obviously was pushed from here, likely came from, maybe some of this wood was supporting it. Now let's go have a look inside of the cookhouse. Then after that, make our way, see if there's any buildings that way. Danger Field Archery. Going inside, we have the kitchen, which for the size of this operation, they definitely had a full-time cook. Probably multiple. Would have had the line right here. Go that way soon. Which it has been taken out. Those things are worth thousands, so to be expected. Propane tank right there to power up the stoves and ovens and everything. Sink right here, doesn't turn on, and we have shelving on this side. In modern day kitchens, we'll have 3 sinks. Nowadays, just 2 sinks like that wouldn't be OSHA approved, to say the least. But of course you don't need the 3-sink system, wash or sanitize if you have a dishwasher in a kitchen, but even then not all restaurants have that. Going this way, we have the cutlery. Still intact, still left behind. Table right there. Another counter. We have a couple of rooms, one to the left, one straight ahead. Then going this way, we have a room, this one, which we'll check out first. Another building up ahead. It's had a desk, perhaps an office. Some bleach left behind. Wiring diagram. Keep this door closed. So this was the pantry. I could see why they would want to keep it closed, so rats and chipmunks and all of them wouldn't get in. Shelving on this side. Some more shelving. Quite a bit left behind too. Which I'm curious where the freezers were kept. Obviously, they're worth thousands, much like the line, so they will have been taken out. But I like to get an idea of where they put them. Like if it was individual freezers or walk-in. Gotta get my light on for this one too. Go that way soon. On this side, some more shelving. So this is the bathroom. Have a walk-in shower right there, which I'm not going to open because I think this glass is going to fall if I do. This room is absolutely gross, so I'm going to close this back up. And unfortunately, the windows have been smashed. That's a shame. The other ones were in great condition at the bunkhouse, all the other buildings. So we have some bedrooms. Let's see. Beginning with this huge closet. Another closet within it right there. Shelving on this side. Just tons of stuff left behind, although I always find those Urbex videos where people stop and look at every little belonging so dreadful to watch. So I'm just going through each room without taking much consideration into what's left behind. Except if it's something significant like this furnace, which is very interesting. Going through there. These are worth quite a bit of money too, so it's great to see it intact. Nobody's taken it. A chair, a couple of mattresses, and that was a side door right there. Shelving on this side. Looking back this way. And now let's check out this final bedroom in the cookhouse. Still have the beds and the whole thing, the bed springs, everything still left behind. Then continuing this way, big old closet. Likely 2 people lived in this one. Just judging from the closet, the way it's designed, and obviously the 2 beds. Look at this pack rat's nest too. They love to make their nests in any type of shelving or enclosed spaces. And as we continue, looking back at the cookhouse, very neat. We have a log cabin. Wash basin on this side, which is interesting that it's outside, isn't it? And then let's make our way over. Just a bunch of piping left behind. Look at the size of these logs too. This looks like a much older addition. Perhaps maybe one of the first buildings built. There's just so much equipment left behind, it's amazing. And going this way, there isn't anything else that way, so we'll make our way into this log cabin and check it out. Have a look inside of this log cabin now. Which, looking at the outside, I bet there's a lot left behind inside of it. So this is where the freezer was. It wasn't a walk-in or anything like that, like I assumed. This would have been another pantry. This is where they would have kept a lot of stuff. Which obviously, before it was a pantry, it was likely a miner's cabin. Which they would have had, I would assume, more freezers than that. Even the average restaurant has more freezers than that. We'd be expecting 2 or 3 for this place. And we have this screened in section, which they would have screened in so critters don't get in. Which I assume dry food once again. Some pipes up there, ventilation pipes. Looking out the window. And there really isn't anything this way. Does look like a place where snakes would like to hang out, so I'll quickly go away from there. Something else that I want to add, and the reason why it's always good to look at satellite maps when you go to these places, is because going this way, I assumed this was the last building, and we would be making our way over to the production side. Although on satellite maps, I spotted a house right in these woods, so let's go check it out. Over that way, covered by all this brush and trees, that's where the rest of these buildings are. Then we have this cabin that I would have completely missed if I didn't check satellite maps. This is a good view. Now you could see, to get an idea of how far away we are, that's the bunkhouse right there. So not very far off, but it's just such heavy brush that it's not always easy to see. And I could already see it's in great condition. Just looking at this window right there. Of course, had electricity going through. Let's have a look inside. Right off the bat, we have this storage unit at the porch. small little storage room. Ceiling came in right there. Well, that is, surprisingly, that is locked. So we won't go in there. That is extremely surprising. Going around this way, I guess we're going to have to peek through the window. Wouldn't it be awkward if this was an active cabin? It's not, but if it was and somebody was living in it and they just see a huge camera peek through their window. Bathroom right there. And it's in surprisingly great condition too. Just look at the condition of this place. And I bet you a lot of people miss this, because I wouldn't have gone up and seen this if I wasn't on satellite maps. Just have a broken window there. You can peek in. I could smell wood rot right off the bat. There wasn't much left behind anyway. Bathroom right there. The desk. Now that we have had a look at the cabin, I'm now going to continue, and I'm going to go to the production side, the side everybody's been waiting to check out. So be sure to watch part 2. I hate doing multi-part series, but I just don't want a 40-minute straight video. So check out part 2. Link will be in the description. I will upload it 10 a.m. Sunday. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, put a like on the video, comment down below. And be sure to check out part 2 because it is going to be amazing. Gonna see a lot of stuff.